Gentleman commented on one of my videos asking for my take on hookup culture and pornography, and it occurred to me I'd never made a video on it. So here goes nothing. I believe that hookup culture and pornography is easily one of, if not the biggest issue that this generation faces as it pertains to dating. Next to maybe TikTok dating advice, but that's a separate subject. I want to define something before I dive in. For me, hookup culture is not just bed hopping and sleeping around with a bunch of people. Another piece of hookup culture that is very detrimental is when your relationships are purely based in the physical. You're only with somebody because the sex is good. That is not love. That is lust. That is not a relationship. That's a fuck buddy. Okay? With that out of the way, excuse my French, let me dive in. Gentlemen, I want you to understand that a hookup culture and dirty websites is easily the biggest distraction that you will face in your entire life. I will guarantee it. If you are working on a business, if you are getting after it in the gym, if you're trying to excel in your career, if you're trying to make yourself into somebody, if you're trying to make something of yourself, the lure of sex will pull you away from it so fast, it's not even funny. For a lot of you, it's just the dirty websites that are pulling you away from what you should be doing with your life. Instead of training, instead of working on your business or excelling in your career or getting after it in life, you're at home in front of your screen jerking it. For no other reason other than it feels good. You'd rather do that than become great. You know you're better than that. Let's dive into the guys who, let's just say they have options. You will leave work early, you will skip the gym, you will stop working on your business entirely for a chance at sleeping with a girl. Won't you? And the reason being is because so many men nowadays are so insanely thirsty, it's funny. Again, you know you're better than that. I'm not pulling any punches here. I don't plan to. If I ruffle some feathers, so be it. Maybe you'll use that as motivation to prove me wrong and to make something of yourself. But understand, it is easily the biggest distraction that you're going to face in your entire life. So next thing, it also clouds your judgment. It clouds your view of women. It clouds your ability to make sound decisions when it comes to dating. Ladies, I want to talk to you for a second. I want you to understand something. If you are looking to find a man who is not into hookup culture, who is not just looking for a sexual relationship, who doesn't want you just to sleep with you, you have to operate with some level of class. You gotta be a classy lady. You cannot be posting half-naked photos on your Instagram. You cannot be doing sexy dances on TikTok. You can't be doing any of that. I don't care how much attention it gets you. It's the wrong kind of attention, and you know it's the attention that you don't want. And if it is the attention you do want, you may want to seek therapy. Okay? Understand, with how hypersexualized our culture is, if you're going to the gym and you are wearing basically nothing, do not be surprised when guys look at you. Don't call them a creep when you are inviting them to look at you. Seriously. I go to the gym and 90% of the women in there are wearing very revealing clothing, or it's so skin tight there's little room for imagination. Seriously, if you're looking for a man who is not into hookups, who is not into just a sexual relationship, who is not hooked on pornography, you have to actually up your game as well. Okay? With that out of the way, gentlemen, I want you to understand something. Dirty websites will cloud your judgment. If the first thing that you're thinking about when you see a beautiful woman is sleeping with her, if the first thing you're thinking about when you see a lovely young lady is, let me smash, you got a problem. You have a problem. Okay? Now, how does this ruin relationships, I wonder? Well, it's pretty easy to explain. I want you to understand something. If your relationships are purely physical, that is not love. And it will crash and burn every single time. I will guarantee that there are some men watching this video, and if you are, look me dead in the eyes when I talk to you here, you are still with her just because the sex is good. I know this because I have men in my life who were in that position until I talked some sense into them. Where they were with a woman who constantly dragged them down, was constantly a detriment to their life, would constantly be leaving them in a bad mood, would constantly make their days worse, but they stayed with her because she was hot. They stayed with her because the sex was good. They stayed with her because they were afraid to let go of consistent sex. Again, you know you're better than that. You know it. Do not ignore red flags because it's a fun time when you two are in the bedroom. That is a horrible idea. That is a horrible way to live your life. Now, I went on a long rant about all of the different things that I see that are issues with hookup culture and pornography. What's the solution? Well, the bullshit is there. I don't expect this video to completely change the world. I don't expect everyone who watches this video, or rather, I don't expect the whole world to watch this video and automatically tighten up their game when it comes to dating and have some fucking standards. I don't expect this video to delete pornography off of the internet for all of eternity. That's not my place. What is my place? My place is the decisions that I make on a day-to-day basis. Because like I said, the bullshit is there, but you don't have to participate in it. You don't. Understand something. Ladies, gentlemen, there are a lot of people in this world who like purely sexual relationships. Let them have their fun. It will come back to bite them later in life, and you will live a far better life staying away from all of that. Understand something. You have the capacity to choose, hey, I'm not going to engage in that. Gentlemen, it's going to start with you going cold turkey on pornography. Cut it out of your life. You have to stop sexualizing women. But then, guess what? Here's the next phase. Now, you're going to have to understand that there are a lot of women in this world, and very pretty women too, who are literally in the dating game just to hook up with guys, just to have sexual relationships. And those same women, once you start actually getting your act together and you start taking care of yourself and you start making something of yourself, they will be throwing themselves at you, saying to you on your Tinder account, hey, I think you're really cute. I see you're not into hookups, but if you ever wanted to do something scandalous, just let me know. You will have to have the strength to say, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm not interested in a hookup. Thanks. You will have to have the strength to turn down the real thing. And that's going to be a tough hurdle. Believe me. But you can do it. All it is choices. Ladies, if you are looking for a man who is not into hookups, become a class act. Seriously. Do not dress in a thirst-trappy fashion. Carry yourself with some level of intellect. Actually act as smart as you are. Because some of you act like bimbos just because it's attractive, quote unquote. Get your act together, and you will start attracting the right kinds of men. Again, the bullshit is there. It's not going away, but you do not have to participate in it. Make better choices, and your dating life will do just fine. My name is Christopher Strobach. I get on here and I rant about anecdotal mindsets that I happen to have that I've found are extremely useful to me, at least in my life. And my hope is that they're extremely useful to you in your life. If you found any value in anything that I just said, the only thing that I ask is that you make use of it. If you want to connect with me, talk to me, or message me, my Discord server is that top link in the description. It is free to join. Feel free to join. Other than that, get after it, kick some ass, stay out of hookup culture, and I'll see you next time.